Hello everybody, my name is Gabby. We are here at Best Paw Forward with Oreo McFlurry, also known as Micky. We've got Victoria here working with her. She is a very sweet puppy. She is in our puppy program and she's wrapping up her first week of puppy program. So our puppy program here is a 3-week long program. We work on different things each week. So we're gonna go through a little bit of what she has been working on during week 1. First thing we worked on, a little bit of attention, making sure that she is able to check in and focus on her handler. Very important before you start any sessions with her. So all we're doing right now is marking with the word yes and reinforcing with a piece of, is it just kibble in there? Piece of kibble when she gives us eye contact. Okay, so again, great thing you can do with her before you work with her on any session. Start off in low distraction environments inside like we're doing here. As she starts to get better with it, you can start making it a little bit more challenging, going into different environments, adding in distractions, things like that. But you want to make sure you are doing so gradually. Yes. Before you start any leash walks, anything like that, any basic sessions, work on a little bit of attention. Yes. Very nice. Once she's paying attention, you can work on some sit stays, some down stays. So she is able to sit with a verbal and a hand signal. So there she popped up. We're not going to give that reinforcement. We're going to ask for that sit again. We're going to take a couple of steps back again, and then we're going to reinforce her for a successful repetition. She's been doing very well. And she is able to stay while we take a few steps back, a few steps to the side. When you get her home, just work on putting her into a sit and freeing her a couple of times before you actually start making any movement or asking for a stay for duration. Good. Very, very nice. Very important with puppies is to make sure that you are mixing it up a little bit. Victoria did a little bit of a treat toss there to keep her interested, keep her engaged. A session should be kept short. Don't want to push her for too long. A little bit of down stay. She was able to go into a down. Was that with a verbal and a hand signal or a lure? Lure. Okay, so she is still working on that down with that lure. Eventually we'll be able to phase that out. Good girl. Very nice. Same thing, able to stay while we take a couple steps back, a couple steps to the side. So doing very well with her basics. Good. Another thing we worked on with her this week, a little bit of exposure. Very, very important to expose your puppy to new things while they are young. So as they start to grow up and get older, they are not afraid of those things. So first thing we're doing here is a little bit of exposure to textures. We have a bunch of different things out. They are all different textures. I'm actually gonna pick this up and get a little bit closer to this guy so you can see. So this has a little bit of a texture on it. And this is very important to work with your puppy on. A lot of people don't think of this as something you should work on exposing them to, but it is very important because, for example, if you live in a house that has all carpets and no hardwood floors, and then all of a sudden years go by, you have your puppy, your dog, they were never exposed to a hardwood floor, you move into a house that has a hardwood floor, sometimes the dogs can be a little bit afraid of that if they haven't been exposed to it from a young age. So we want to make sure we are exposing our dogs to as much as possible while they are young, so that when they encounter these things later in life, they are not scary. So we're just working on getting her onto these different textures, rewarding her. You can do this outside as well, in the grass, on the rocks. Let's go. Everywhere. Yes. Good. Again, just doing this to make sure that in the future she is not afraid.
Good job. Good job.
Another thing we did is a little bit of exposure to different objects as well. Okay, so not only is it important to expose our puppies and dogs to different textures, but also different objects, different environments, all of these different things, so that as they get older, they are not afraid. So we're working a little bit with that broom, making sure that she is not going towards that broom or trying to chase it, but also not running away from it afraid. So starting out just kind of holding that broom, eventually moving to the point where we're able to move it like we're doing here. Now we did this with her the other day, so she's moving through it a little bit quickly. When you get her home and you work on this stuff, it might take a little bit longer, might take a little bit of time kind of holding that object in your hand and just rewarding her for being calm, for not jumping or not going towards that item or not running away from it. Same thing with the vacuum. We're gonna start off with the sound off. We're just gonna kind of move it around a little bit. Vacuum can be one that is very scary for dogs, so making sure we're taking it slow, just getting her used to it. Moving it around. And we're just giving her that verbal praise. And then every so often we'll toss her a food reinforcement for being calm, not moving towards, not moving away from. Very good. Once she's doing well with that, then we can try the sound. So we can plug in that vacuum. We can just very briefly turn that sound on and off. But again, want to make sure all of this is very gradual. Good girl. So that was good. That broom actually fell. She looked at it. She didn't run away from it. Good, very nice. So very brief in the beginning, very brief exposure to it. So there she got a little bit scared. Good, we're gonna work her around that vacuum a little bit. Kind of move it around a little bit. Good. Very slow. Nice job. Making it a positive experience. Nice. Very good. So you want to do this stuff when you get her home as well. Last thing that we worked on with her is a little bit of puzzle feeders. So, physical exercise is very important for puppies and dogs in general, but mental exercise is also very important, okay? They need a balance of both of these things, okay? So this is a toy that we can put a little bit of kibble in, and what she has to do is figure out how to get that kibble. So she's gonna sniff around, she's gonna use her nose. Let me actually take this off the tripod, get a little bit closer so you guys can see this. So we have a puzzle feeder here. We have a snuffle mat that Victoria's putting out right now over here. So both of these are going to get her to use her brain. They're going to get her to use her nose. And this is actually really going to help in tiring out your puppy or your dog. So see, she has to sniff around. She has to find that kibble. You can also do this in the grass outside. So toss a bunch of kibble in the grass, let her sniff around. Very important that we are letting our dogs sniff and use their nose. Good. Very nice. This is also great if you have a dog that tends to eat really fast. So this will take them a little bit more time. You can put their meals in these. Good. And they have many different types of puzzle feeders. They've got ones like this. They've got ones that are a little bit more advanced. So there's different levels that you can start to work through. But great thing for your puppy. So, Micky, wrapping up week 1, Best Paw Forward, has done a great job. You guys have any questions, let us know. She's doing great, and we look forward to the next 2 weeks with her. You guys have any questions? Comment below. We'll see you next time. Good girl.